Hi, my name is Nicholas Mana. Today, I would like to discuss about various economic theories and how they were used in the market itself. The winner of the Nobel Prize for Economy in 2001 was attributed to three people, which are George Akerlof, Michael Spence, and Joseph Stiglitz. The theme of their research project was market with asymmetric information. According to George Akerlof, asymmetric information is a situation where one side has less or more information than other regarding the object or service that are being involved in a transaction. This creates a disruption in the power and balance of transactions, increasing adverse selection problem, and in worst scenarios it may result to a market crash or failure. He took an example of the used car market, which he symbolized the low quality car as a lemon. Buyer who cannot distinguish between the high quality and low quality car will measure the quality and price in that market in average value, that causing loss for the high quality sellers. To solve this problem, the other Nobel Prize winner, Michael Spence and Joseph Stiglitz, introduced a signaling and screening theory, which from performing this theory in the market, it will reducing the risk and uncertainty faced by buyers or sellers. To understand more about this Nobel Prize winner theme, let's check out this explanation.
Market with asymmetric information. George Akerlof shows how asymmetric information can give rise to another situation called adverse selection. Adverse selection is a situation where asymmetric information is in the favor of one side. The seller or the buyer are aware of the quality of their product while the other does not. This is naturally unfavorable to the side that have less information. Akerlof's essay analyzes a market for a product where the sellers are better informed than buyers about the quality of the good. One example is the market of used cars. In the used car market, there are two kinds of car: a car with high quality and one with low quality. Information regarding the quality of these used cars are only readily available to the seller. Meanwhile, the buyers are initially unable to identify which are high quality and which are not. Assume that the market is fair and transparent, in which the used car sellers are selling their high quality car for a high price, and the low quality sellers are selling theirs for a low price. Then the needs of the market is realized, and everyone is having equal information and value out of trade. However, at some point in time, sellers were purposefully withholding information and passing their low quality cars as high quality, knowing that buyers are unable to tell the difference. Low-quality sellers were benefiting off the back of high-quality ones by increasing their prices, while high-quality sellers were unable to go any higher. Because of the limited information that they possess, buyers create estimated value of these used cars in the market, which are used for cars with average quality, one that is neither high or low. These estimations that are being done by the buyers will affect sellers of car with high quality. This resulted in high-quality car sellers leaving the market, which in turn also led to the decline of the average prices that buyers were willing to pay for used cars. People who owned high-quality cars were unwilling to sell their car because they don't want it to be sold at a cheaper price. This creates a cycle, and eventually, at the lowest point, the market crashed as there was no more buyers who wanted to buy and no more sellers who could sell. Michael Spence identified one of the important forms of market adjustment, which is called signaling. By doing so, sellers will be able to send signs to the market and potential buyers that the used cars that they are offering are of high quality. One example of this is the program of CPO factories. CPO stands for Certified Pre-Owned and are official factories that are certified from the official manufacturers of the car brand. This program was first introduced in the USA at around the 1990s. At that time, there were a lot of returns of leased cars by the large from consumers. These cars would be sold back by authorized dealers. The ones that are still in good shape will be kept, while the ones that are in lesser condition will be put into auction to be bought by independent used car dealers. The authorized dealers realized that they could lose the opportunity to sell newly manufactured cars because statistics showed that 3 out of 4 car transactions were of used cars. To establish their customers that the cars sold by authorized dealers were cars of high quality, they introduced the CPO program. With the introduction of this program, cars that had CPO would have a higher selling price than cars that were certified from independent institutions, local dealers, and naturally, those with no certification at all. Cars that possessed CPO had to go through a series of testing with a standardized procedure from the manufacturing factory, in the same way that a new car would be. They would also have an extended limited warranty and had access to other premium service facilities that is usually only available to owners of new cars, such as 24-hour customer service, roadside assistance, and many others. With this program, authorized dealers gave signals that the car that they sold were of higher quality than the ones of independent dealers. According to Forbes at November 2016, Chevrolet was one of the manufacturers that had one of the best CPO programs in America. Joseph Stiglitz shows another form of market adjustment that is a different approach to signaling. He identifies the asymmetric information market is not always disadvantageous to the buyer, but rather on the seller, and that they are able to do a process called screening to get more information about the buyer before doing a transaction. An example of this process is found from credit loans that are given to potential creditors. When a creditor proposes a loan from a bank to run a business project, the bank does not actually have full information about the potential creditor. The bank would then attempt to do an assessment through the process of collecting as much information as they can through documents and paperwork to determine the credibility of the creditor, as well as the project that they are attempting to do. They will determine if the project is feasible and can make a prediction whether their client will be able to return their loan. After the bank has done the screening process, then they will be able to determine if the potential creditor belongs in the high-risk category or low risk. If they are in the high-risk category, they are likely to be rejected. If they are in the low risk, then their project is highly likely to be approved, and the creditor will be able to continue with their project.